Hello, everyone. This is Kathy Spitzoff, and some of you know me already, and some of you do not, but I teach graphic design and computer art at SUNY Oneonta. Um, I, I am a graphic designer, and I've been in the field for many years. For most of my life, I lived in New York City, and now I live in Cherry Valley, where I'm sitting in my studio with my two cats, working at putting this course together. So, welcome to the workshop in graphic design history. This is a totally online class and it is asynchronous, which means that at no point are we required to meet all together online. Each student will be completing the work according to their own schedule as long as they meet the deadlines. I know everyone's doing different things this summer, working and traveling and whatever, but as long as you have an internet connection, you can get your work done and meet the deadlines. So let's take a look at the syllabus. The semester is, or the time the course is running is from July 2nd to August 3rd. This is my email address. I'm going to have online office hours every Monday from 11 until 1. And during that time, I am available to you at my computer, and you can email me. And if you need to talk to me, I'll email you back with my number and we can talk on the phone or whatever you need. During that time, I'm available to you. There is a required textbook. I emailed people and put up announcements. I hope that you got them. It's the Meg's History of Graphic Design, 6th edition, and you can either purchase it or rent it through Amazon or Barnes & Noble. If you haven't done so already, do so this minute. All right, required tools. Adobe Creative Cloud is the recommended software. If you do not have a subscription, you can get a student subscription, and I believe it's about $20 a month. You're going to accept a folder and join a folder that I will share with you on OneDrive. It will be under the shared category of your OneDrive folders. And you're going to be joining VoiceThread, and you must sign into my class account by going to this link. And I've already created an account for each of you using your Oneonta email. The password is summer18, all lowercase, no spaces. And I gave you a bunch of resources in the intro to course section on the sidebar on Blackboard so that you can learn about VoiceThread, and I'll show you a little bit too. All right, so what is this course about? The overall objective is that the student who takes this class will be able to create graphic design which is informed by a rich history of ideas and techniques and be able to explain their purpose in applying them. One of the ways this course came about is I noticed students using different things that are from graphic design history, but what they were really doing was sort of imitating something they saw. And they didn't know where it came from, what the origin of it was. They didn't know the reason behind a designer using those things. And I think it's important. I think it's important because it's always about what message you send. Students will become familiar with 5 important movements, periods of graphic design history. So this is not a course where we're going to attempt to teach a complete chronological history of graphic design. Rather, what I want to do is give you a deeper understanding of a number of key periods. So this offers you something to draw upon in your own creative work. It increases your visual vocabulary so that you have more things to use, and it makes your work richer. Students will gain an awareness of some of the outside forces that influenced each period of graphic design, such as the technical progress, political movements, world events, music, literature, fashion, etc. I want to put it in a context. It's not just all about the graphic design. Graphic design is something that is out there in the world and is influenced by all of these things. Now, the technology of each period will be examined, including what technology uniquely enabled the designer to accomplish and what special skills were required. Students will be creating their own design projects, incorporating the principles and techniques of each period. The projects can be used as portfolio pieces that show an understanding of the period to future employers, graduate school admissions reviews, and professional colleagues. So I know most of you are either involved or at least thinking of becoming graphic designers. You need a portfolio. The pieces that come out of this class will add to that portfolio and have sort of the unique quality that it shows that you've studied the history. Students will gain an understanding of how the design done during a historic period influences work done today and be able to use this knowledge to critique their own and others' work. Okay, now the course structure. This is a completely online asynchronous class. All videos and course material are available on Blackboard. The subject matter is broken into 5 modules, one for each week of the class. Each module becomes available on Monday mornings. Each module ends on Sunday night at midnight, except for the last module, which ends on a Friday. And that's just how the course is structured. During each of the weeks, various assignments must be completed on the assigned due date. Each module will involve a creative design project as well as some combination of videos, readings, quizzes, discussions, and written work. Blackboard's course calendar lists all the due dates. If a project or assignment is late, it will not be possible to give it the full point value toward the final mark, and it might also not get feedback. I might not be able to give you feedback on it. The student is expected to already have enough design software skills to complete the creative projects. The use of Adobe Creative Cloud software is strongly recommended for the course, and I already told you that you can sign up for student discount. If it is impossible for the student to have a subscription to Adobe Creative Cloud for the duration of the class, another option is to use open source software such as Scribus. How will you be graded on this course? Assessment. The creative design projects for each module will be assessed on the student's ability for them to apply their understanding of the various aspects of each design period to a unique, new, and creative design. You are not trying to recreate something exactly from that period. You are using the elements of that period to create something new and contemporary. That's important for you to understand. Creativity, effort, ambition, skill, and concept will also be given consideration. Each student will be able to write and discuss how their design reflects the spirit of the time period being studied in that module. The written assignments and discussions will be assessed based on the student's familiarity with the material, their ability to communicate meaningful insights, and effort at making generous contributions to the activities of the class. Let's see. Open book online quizzes for each module will be given. 2 attempts are allowed, and the highest score is taken. Here's a breakdown of how the points work. You'll have 5 creative projects over the duration of the course. Each is worth 10 points for 50 points. You'll end up having 5 discussions or writing assignments worth 5 points each for 25 points, and you'll have 5 online open book quizzes worth 5 points each for 25 points, and that should add up to 100. Now, anyone who needs any special effort on my part to make this course successful due to ADA issues, please just let me know, and I'll be happy to do whatever I can to help you on that. Here's a listing of the 5 different modules, but let's take a look at Blackboard now. All right, so here's our course, and yours may look a little different. The student version of this may look a little different, but it's enough for us to get going. So I have one area here in the sidebar that is Start Here. There's that syllabus we just went into. The intro to the course is this course, this video that I'm recording right now. Here's a bunch of information on using VoiceThread, which is the tool we'll be using. Here's some things on what is VoiceThread anyway, how to make your comment, and here's a quick start guide for students. You'll get to practice VoiceThread with this very first assignment, which is due very early, so get going on it right away. And it's just a self-introduction. You're just introducing yourself. And I've given you the thread. And this lets us get to know each other. You'll upload any photograph you want. It doesn't have to be one of you, although it could be. And then you'll just practice using the record voice feature. Let us know your name and just tell us a couple of things about you so you sort of, there's something distinct. You know, let us know why you're taking the course, what you want to get out of the course, what type of design you love, some little known fact about yourself. So let's just go there for a minute. You'll see it opens up in VoiceThread. And this is Kathy. The idea with VoiceThread, it's 2 steps. You upload media. So when you want to make a comment, you upload your media first. There'll be a little dialog box here. And you bring in a picture or a video or anything else that you want. And then what you'll do is down here, you just kind of hover down here and you get this little plus sign. When you click on that, you see a microphone, telephone, ABC. You can write your comment, but I strongly, strongly want you to make a verbal comment. That's a way of us getting to know each other and feeling like we are working with other students. So you just click on that and you record your voice, and don't worry about whether you love your voice or not. But then you get a chance to listen to it, and you can re-record it. You can throw out the one you just made and re-record it, or you can keep it and it will get posted up here. You need to add a photo so we get to see each other. And this way we can comment on different things. You can comment on my lectures and ask questions, and I'll get back to you on them. And these discussions that you have with your fellow students, you'll get to comment on each other's work. So that's VoiceThread. Let's go back here. Let's see, we're in the intro to the class. This was the assignment I just showed you where you're introducing yourselves. Now, another very important thing is the calendar. And this is the calendar that I made. And you can see I have it set up so there's Module 1 in yellow, Module 2 in blue, Module 3 in pink, and you can kind of keep track of it. Here we are supposedly at the first day of class, so we just looked at the syllabus, the Start Here section, and you'll begin work on Module 1. Here is the Introduce Yourself VoiceThread assignment that I just showed you. On Thursday is due the discussion assignment, and on Friday your online quiz should be done, and on Sunday at midnight your workshop assignment will be handed in. And you're handing it into the OneDrive folder that I'll share with you. And then the next week starts all over again with another module, and we'll repeat each one. The last module, as I said, ends on a Friday, which is just how this summer session was set up. However, I am taking the liberty of bending the rules a little bit, and you can hand in your workshop assignment up until Sunday evening of that week. But if you need to hand it in on the 3rd, if you made other plans, if you're going away or whatever, you can hand it in on the 3rd. All right, so there's your calendar. That's going to stay right here so you can keep track of things. If you want to print it out and put it above your desk or whatever helps you, just that's where you're going to know what is due when. And it's kind of a, quick schedule. We're cramming a whole semester's worth of work into 5 weeks, so you'll be working pretty steady through the course. Let's see. Here are your modules. For each module, you probably aren't seeing these on your screen yet, but you'll see the first one. I made a video introduction just to help you understand what's expected of you through this module. Here's your video lectures. I made 3 short lectures that you have to watch, and they're all VoiceThread, so you can make comments or ask questions. And then these are just some supplementary material that will really help you understand the spirit of that time and what's valuable, what's good to take away with you. And these are required for you to watch also. Okay, so that's what's inside each of these modules. Now here's another thing that is very helpful, I find, with online classes, and that is having a chat room. So the Design History Cafe, and here's your chat room. So just pretend there's a cafe where you can go and have a cup of coffee or tea and discuss things with your fellow students. So this is really meant for the students. However, I'll be checking in on it too. But just ask any question, make any comment, respond to each other, say hello to each other if you know each other from other classes. If you find something wonderful online, look at this resource for typefaces from this period. I found this great article. Whatever you want to share, this is the place for it. So that's the basic setup of this course. At any time, please email me with any questions or worries. I will have notifications on my phone, so I pretty much can get back to you as soon as possible. And I just hope that you really enjoy the class and get a lot out of it and really get to love graphic design history. Okay, we're going to have fun.